How much can you make a day doing this?
200, 300.
300 or 400 pesos daily.
You can get this whole big piece of pork here, $2 US. This would be 2 days' work for Rafael sifting through the trash.
Sin comida, estoy en la calle.
She has no way to pay the rent. She hasn't slept since 5 days ago.
En la calle.
In la calle, so,
Sí.
so she's living on the streets
Como
right
vive
now.
él en la
Don't have water, electricity, gas for cooking, no food and no medicine is enough. It's coming to work.
Cuba, a country plagued by economic crisis.
Not enough food, medicine, or fuel.
Toda La Habana entera se está derrumbando y estamos sin casa.
No freedom of press or freedom of speech.
The largest protest since Fidel Castro's revolution swept Cuba.
Hundreds have been arrested.
Healthcare shortages.
We're short on creams, ointments, and antibiotics.
Petrol and gas crisis.
Petrol shortages in Cuba became so severe, queues at the petrol pumps stretched for several city blocks.
Collapsing infrastructure.
Building in Havana's historic district collapsed at midnight Tuesday, leaving at least 2 people dead.
The disintegrating buildings of Cuba's once magnificent capital.
A country stuck in time for decades. Sanctions choking the economy.
We will not lift sanctions on the Cuban regime.
Biden has authorized sanctions against communist Cuban officials.
Since the Cuban Revolution in the 1950s, fueled by hope for a better future, headed by Fidel Castro.
Darnos por vencidos. Renunciar a la revolución, renunciar al socialismo.
Fidel Castro was the world's longest-serving dictator.
Now, in 2025, things aren't looking as people hoped for. Follow me on this journey as we time travel to Cuba.
300 pesos. A ver, la más diferencia que dice.
Welcome back to the iconic Cuba, Havana here, the capital city. Today we're going to be going deep into some of the surrounding neighborhoods of the historical center here. Havana is a very interesting city. It's reasonably well maintained right in the center, but you just go one street over and the streets are absolutely fascinating, basically mazes of beautiful, beautiful architecture, but unfortunately it hasn't been maintained for many decades, so it's just fallen into disrepair. And the stories that exist in these streets, in these hives of life, are absolutely fascinating. So let's go and see who we can meet today and what we can see. The people of this country are absolutely incredible, so hospitable, so kind, so welcoming. Let's go see what Havana has to offer today. These are the kind of scenes that you see this is like a 5-minute walk from the main Capitol building, so it's quite remarkable. And there's the guy sifting through the rubbish there, picking up things and taking them. Apparently there's limited garbage disposal infrastructure, so they can only do like one team at a time going around the city or something. I mean, we're getting different reports from different people, but obviously the infrastructure is having some struggles. Rafael. Hi Rafael, nice to meet you. Mucho gusto. So we've met Rafael and he's looking through the rubbish at the moment. So what are you looking for, Rafael?
Otros plásticos que se utilizan que es para el pesaje, ellos tienen una fábrica que recicla.
They are recycling all these kind of products like plastic, bottle, glass, aluminum. This is for the local market and even for the foreign market. Someone buys this and uses it for create new products with this.
Poquito la economía de
They think that they can stabilize the economy doing this. The state is trying to do this. They are collecting all these products and taking to the government company that recycle all of this.
And how much can you make a day doing this?
200, 300.
He's doing like 300 or 400 pesos daily.
Okay.
But I asked him why that less, and he said that the state keeps a big amount of money that for the commission of it. It's like a commission, I guess.
Como una causa que te paga.
Due to inflation and all these things here in Cuba, that's the problem with this money that they are getting. At the end of the day,
Got kids, yeah. What needs to change in Cuba to make life easier?
Que coño, vamos a entrar en problemas comerciales.
When Obama was president, he visits the country. He seems everything was going to change.
And he visited after no president visited in many, many years, and the Cubans thought there was going to be a stronger.
Yeah, exactly. That's what's going on. There are not many visitors from the United States right now. I remember I came in 2018, and there were a lot of people coming from US, but right now I don't see anyone here. He was thinking that with a change, with a more aperture from other countries, the economy will change here. So he's not thinking that the economy has to change here. It's a problem that they need more commerce coming from other countries. One thing that will make everything better is that the United States and Cuba get better relations. Yeah, it's just right there, 90 miles.
Gracias, señor. Gracias. So this costs like 80 cents US. That man Rafael that was looking through the garbage all day long earns less than $1 US. He said he's earning 300. The exchange rate I got was 330 for $1 US, but you can get it for 400 pesos in exchange for $1 US. He said he's earning 300. I had some change in my pocket. I gave him 1,000, and he was just absolutely blown away. Like, he can have 3 days salary just from that, you know. Something so small for us just changes his day and, you know, the rest of his week. It's really hits home when you lay it out like that. Okay, so we're here with Sorispen. Sorispen actually came up to us and she wants to talk, so voluntarily she wanted to share some things.
Que acá está esto muy malo, aquí en Cuba.
Yeah,
sí, está muy malo, hay mucha prostitución.
There is a lot of prostitution here right now.
Mucha prostitución, mucha droga, mucha hambre.
But much drugs? Yeah, really? See, she said that there is a lot of drugs, prostitution, and hunger in here.
Que yo acá vine, yo vivo
she lives far from here, in the countryside.
Y vine acá a La Habana a trabajar para buscarme la vida.
Okay, she comes here to work into Havana, looking for a new life.
Entonces estoy acá trabajando y ahora no me he quedado sin renta, sin comida, estoy en la calle.
She has no way to pay the rent. She hasn't slept since 5 days ago. She has no work now.
How much does rent cost a month?
Cuestan $100, $80.
$80 monthly.
How does she earn money?
Aquí con los plumones.
Okay.
Gives pins to tourists to write their country on the wall.
In the wall. Okay. People pay her for this.
Pero que yo soy de Oriente y no puedo ponerme a trabajar porque no tengo.
If you come from another state or province, you cannot work here in Havana. You need a permission. I think only Havanian people can work here in Havana.
Right. So then,
la gente de Havana solo puede trabajar aquí.
So people that come from outside have to find like little street hustles and stuff like that.
Y aquí los hombres quieren dar 500 pesos cubanos.
Yeah, I just say that the only way if you don't find a job is to get to prostitute itself. But men just want to pay 500 pesos for the service. Oh, yeah. But you are not doing that. No estás haciendo eso, ¿no?
No, yo trabajo acá porque muy poco dinero que dan.
People pay 500 for prostitution.
Yeah, 500 pesos. 500 pesos dan por eso.
Sí, tengo 3 hijos.
And she has 2 children. Those are the name of them.
Sí. En la calle.
En la calle. So, she's sleeping on the streets
Como
right
vive
now.
en la calle.
You sleep here on the street?
Sí, yo duermo en la calle.
She's sleeping in the streets right now.
So I just want to show you guys something that's quite interesting. So here we are at these old dilapidated buildings, And they've got like water pumps coming out of the ground, pumping up water into the houses. There's trash all over the streets and everything. And have a look over here. So this is actually human fecal matter on the ground. And I've seen it all over the sidewalk along here. And then have a look at this. And then here we are in a 5-star hotel. I know these contrasts exist everywhere, but it seems more pronounced here. There doesn't seem to be any kind of separation in the city center. I mean, look at this place after where we just were, after all those streets that you've seen this morning, and then you're just here. It's quite remarkable contrasts, really.
You're a bad businessman, man.
You just
I was fighting for the 1,000.
So we've just secured a ride to another part of town for 1,500 on one of these sweet little bikes, right, Lenny?
Yeah, it's nice.
Lenny, could you just ask this gentleman, is this business enough for him to feed him and his family?
Se vive. Y se vive bien, tranquilo. Yeah, it's okay for him. I mean, he's taking his food with this business. Yeah, he's happy. He's happy here.
Hola,
Just want to take a quick second and say thank you to Incogni for sponsoring this video. Incogni is a service that goes after data brokers and wipes your information off their databases. So people actually buy and sell your information to marketers, or sometimes something even worse. We've all heard the stories of, you know, your grandma being contacted for money because you're in prison in a foreign country or something, and sometimes, unfortunately, because scams are getting so advanced now, they can actually use that information to manipulate your loved ones. You know, maybe it's not something so extreme, but just having your personal information online being used in ways that you didn't authorize and you don't understand, it's not the best thing. So what Incogni does is it will scour the entire internet and wipe your information off data brokers' websites to keep you safe and your loved ones safe. If you use code INDIGO at the link below, you can get 60% off an annual Incogni plan. It's an exclusive offer. Click the link below, use code INDIGO, and a huge thank you to Incogni for sponsoring this video. Now let's get back to Havana. So unfortunately I had a bit of an audio issue for this next clip, but basically we came across these guys selling pork sandwiches. So we asked them a few questions because I've noticed that mainly pork was being eaten in Cuba and I hadn't seen much beef. So I asked these guys the reason for this, and they told me that to sell and raise beef you have to have an exclusive license given by the government. And if you do not have a license to grow and sell beef, you can be hit with huge fines. It can even go further into jail time. Beef is strictly controlled by the Cuban government. Only places like tourism entities like hotels and certain restaurants, state-owned and government-approved stores. If you owned a cow and slaughtered it for food, you can get into serious trouble if you don't get prior clearance and permission from the government. You can see here this is all pork, and you can get this whole big piece of pork here that I'm showing for only 800 pesos, which is like $2 US. So for example, this would be 2 days work to get one of these pieces of meat for Raphael sifting through the trash after the government take their cut of his trash that he's collected. Okay, so in the last video we met a guy called Ariel. He has one leg, he's sleeping rough on the streets. He's on crutches, but his other foot is severely infected. It's really in a bad state. So we're going to try and get him some antibiotics. It's really hard to get medicine here. So we're going to try and get some medicine for him and maybe some food or something, because he's in really bad shape. So let's go and see what we can do for him, and gives us also a glimpse into the people that fall through the cracks here in Cuba.
Natural, infusiones, champú,
There is no
medicamentos, aquí no entra
like
nada.
antibiotics. Only natural.
You can't get antibiotics.
There is only
Entonces
natural
algo para
medicine.
alguna crema o algo
Creams
anti
or
que aquí
something.
no
There is
entra.
no antibiotics here.
And what do you think the best treatment?
Para antibióticos.
Okay, so we just went to another pharmacy, but no luck there. So we're gonna have to go to another pharmacy. Apparently it's gonna get a taxi. It's like 10 minutes drive. It should be interesting. It's showing just how hard it is to get medicine when somebody has blood poisoning and severe infection in their foot and they're already missing one foot. Let's go see if we can get him those amoxicillin antibiotics so he can at least have some lifeline, because it's really not looking good. All right, so hopping in a car, and this is definitely one of the nicest cars that we've seen in Havana so far. Is this your car, sir?
¿Este es tu auto?
Sí. This must be really
Audi.
Must be really expensive, eh?
Yo lo compré hace como 30 días más o menos.
$26,000.
$26,000 US.
Yeah, 30 days ago he bought it.
And how do you get that kind of money here?
Yo tenía un Lada, muy bueno. Lada ruso, muy bueno.
He has a Lada before and he sold it and he gave the difference.
But how much can a Lada sell for?
$13,000.
A Lada for $13,000.
Yeah, imagine that, no?
What year is this car?
2001.
2001.
2001 car for $28,000 US.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm just thinking if we're paying $10 for this ride and it's gonna take like 45 minutes, then the maths doesn't necessarily add up, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. Well, remember with this car, they can take some tourists for 25 an hour.
So for the average person, this is one of the best jobs that you can have.
Sí, pero el problema el combustible llega muy apretado.
Yeah, it's one of the best jobs you can have, but the problem is the gas.
Right.
I mean, you can earn money, but the problem is getting the gas. It's also expensive. It's $1.30 each liter. A trip like this could take like 5 liters.
No me dio tiempo, yo andaba por el aeropuerto.
Chino. So we come to this huge hotel in another part of town. This is our last chance to get the antibiotics, because in town they said they'll definitely have it. So fingers crossed. There's the closed pharmacy here.
They are changing the system there for selling in dollars, so it's not working now.
No pharmacy. So that's the third pharmacy that we've tried. No luck. Every time we were being like guaranteed by the person at the last pharmacy that no, that one definitely is open. We got a taxi to a different part of the city and still no luck. So unfortunately, not going to be able to get the medicine, and even us with, you know, resources to travel around and talk to people and then even have the money to buy them, because apparently they cost quite a lot of money. So we're going to get some food for Ariel, because he hasn't eaten in days, I don't think. So that's the best we can do, you know. Hey Ariel. They didn't have any, we couldn't get the antibiotics. We went to 3 pharmacies. But we got you some pizza and some drinks. Yeah.
We went to the pharmacy here. Nothing. Only creams. That's why you were laughing. You were laughing because you knew it. We were here.
I tried, because I tried before.
We went to Sevilla Hotel, nothing. We went to Havana Vieja in Vedado, nothing, closed.
When was the last time that you ate?
2 days ago. 2 days ago.
2 days ago you ate. What do you think your future holds?
I think if I don't do it, I lose my legs.
Do you mind if I ask how old you are?
What?
How old are you?
Me?
¿Cuántos años?
Yes, I got 42.
42?
No, 52.
52, right. And how has life changed over those years, like in Cuba? Has it got better or worse in 52 years?
I think it's coming the war here.
Sorry?
It's coming the war, because
war
people
is
now don't have water, electricity, gas for cooking. No food and no medicine is enough. It's coming the war.
Is there a message that you want to share with the world about the current state of the country?
I said to the rest of the world, coming to help the Cuban people, because Cuban people need help.
So you need more tourism?
You have to help directly, you know?
So come in and help people on the street?
Yeah, on the street, like this, when you see the problem, really.
Do you not think that the problem's so big that it needs something greater than that?
Yeah, need more people together.
Because there's not that many tourists right now.
Because they know there's no electricity and no water.
And do you have children?
One big one and a small one.
2 kids. Do you see them?
Yeah, to my house.
How often do you go back to your house?
Every Saturday or Sunday.
And then you sleep on this concrete?
2 days.
Just on this hard ground?
Yeah, on the ground. And it has to be strong. If I don't do that, I lose my leg.
Ariel, you tried to get to the USA like on a boat,
On
illegally.
The boat. Yeah, illegal. The first time the police taken me and back to Cuba.
What happened exactly?
They showed in the police station 3 days. I said you have to pay some money and then they're free. And the second time I coming back to myself because I see the sharks eating people
sharks?
in the water.
Seriously?
Eating people in the water, yeah.
Really?
Yes, I see that. But because I coming back to myself.
Do you have to pay a lot of money to get on a boat to try and get into America?
It's friend. Together, yeah.
What, you go to Florida?
Yeah.
Right.
90 miles.
90 miles to Florida. And what would you have done when you got to America?
I don't know. Every place is better than here.
We just had some lunch, but there's an insane storm right now. So we've been waiting for some time, but we're gonna go in one of these things, and it's gonna be a mission. But the streets are flooding right now.
Hi, nice to see you again. Okay?
Oh my God. I can't imagine if we just...
Made it back to the hotel. Crazy storm there. Hard-hitting day, obviously. Meeting Ariel there and seeing the dire state of the circumstances for him to try and get medicine just seemed almost impossible for him. You know, like, let alone just finding the medicine, but then you've got to pay for it. It's not cheap, $42 or something for the antibiotics. We did try to find them, but no luck. 3 different pharmacies. One of the hardest things to see with Ariel was when he started eating the food, he came back to life because we'd seen him earlier that day before we went hunting for the antibiotics. And he was somewhat delusional because we had seen him in the last video. He was much more coherent, but I don't think he'd even eaten since we last saw him. And he was walking around, he wasn't really sure where he was going. He seemed out of it. His eyes were going in different directions. And as soon as he started eating that food, he started being a lot more positive. He could string sentences perfectly together, literally starving. It's just so brutal to see, to state the obvious. We did leave him a bit of cash. Hopefully it helps out a bit, but it's an uphill battle, you know. It'll run out and then what? In the next video, we're gonna actually be leaving Havana and we're gonna be going and seeing what it's like in the other parts of Cuba. Obviously the rural areas might be even more brutal. Don't get me wrong, there's really beautiful parts of Havana, and again, the people are absolutely brilliant. The buildings are stunning, the old classical cars. You could come here and have a great time. I really recommend you do come. If you're looking for a holiday that's a bit different, the people really need the support here, especially if you buy from the local street vendors and things. It goes a very long way for them. I'll see you in the next video, other parts of Cuba, and in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night from the capital here.